So Paul, it's a 2-1 defeat tonight to Redditch United, and I come back to a word you used in our last interview, and that is naivety.
Yeah, I don't know how many times you have to tell people. Yeah, I think the game was devoid of much quality first half. We've conceded an awful goal again, a real bad mistake after 2 minutes, after a real big team talk about making sure we switched on, especially first 10 minutes, and then we've gifted a goal again. And as you've said, it's not something we don't know about, and we've got to address this now. So we've conceded a real bad goal. Then I don't think there was much in the game for the whole of the rest of the first half. I thought it was devoid of any real quality. It was just two sides going sort of long, scared to make any further mistakes, and it was a poor first half to watch. I was sort of half bored with it, really. A bit of a rocket at half time from snap to try and just get the ball down and look to try and play some football. And I thought they took that on board really, really well, and probably the best half an hour, maybe 25 minutes of the game in total. And we were completely dominant at the start of the second half of that 25-minute period. Fully deserved the equaliser, and they're hanging in then, and we're playing, moving the ball really well. And I thought, you know what, we're on it here. Just don't concede. It didn't look like scoring at the time. It was only going to come from a mistake, in my opinion. And look what happens then. Max would drop another clanger, a short back pass to give the penalty away. And we took one down in a game where Redditch, going forward, haven't offered anything to us. We've just gifted 2 goals. And then straight after the goal, I think Raggy's had an unbelievable chance from 2 yards out, keeper stranded to score, to put it 2-2. And unfortunately, the youngsters missed that one. And as a manager, you're left scratching your head to an extent that you've got a decent group of boys in there, but they keep making the same mistakes at the moment, week in, week out, and we're at a level where we're getting punished. And similarly to Saturday, St Ives will be over the moon to have come here and got a result. Redditch will be over the moon again to have come here and got not just a point, but 3 points, when in my opinion, on the course of the game, they probably didn't deserve them.
As you said, we had a good sort of 20-25 minutes in the second half where we were massively in the ascendancy. I suppose it's just a case that we really need to be replicating those spells like that across the whole 90 minutes.
Yeah, hugely. But even saying that, Max, our Achilles heel at the moment is the goals that we're conceding. I think we're averaging sort of 2.5. We're shipping on average a league game. That's not good enough. You know, I think we scored sort of. I think we're halfway up a league in the goal scoring charts, but we're in the bottom 3 for goals against, and that's what's biting us at the moment. That we can't defend properly. The big thing is we've got 2 cup games now. The bread and butter starts again in a fortnight, so I've got a bit of a team management meeting on Thursday, and I've got to look to address the slide, because I've give those boys sort of 10-11 games now, which I think is long enough to give them opportunities. And I think it's a case of me now having to look to freshen things up and bring something in to try and address that goals against column.
I mean, I might have asked this before, and if I have, I apologise. And if it's a bit of a stupid question, again, I apologise. But is there sort of a quick fix to remedying these defensive mistakes?
It's very difficult. You can work on it in training, and you'll try and you'll do that. But at the end of the day, ultimately, it's individual errors that are costing us. It's not a shape situation. It's not sides carving us open. We've switched off a not marked a player at the back stick who's had a tap in, and we've hit a short back pass. So it's just concentration levels for me. And that's not just today, obviously. You know, the goals we conceded against Saturday and the week before. And it's a case that you can only... some players have levels to the game, and unfortunately at the moment we're getting found out defensively. So it's one of those things that we've got to look to try and address it. So we will. There's no 2 ways about that. I'm confident that we'll be able to get some bodies in over the next fortnight before we get back to the bread and butter stuff. But for now, it's about picking the boys up as well as we can, because they are a good group, Max, and I've got no qualms with how hard they're working. I've got no qualms with their effort levels. I've got no qualms with their attitudes, their training situations. Everything's very, very good, but they're just, as I said to you on Saturday, unfortunately we've got a bit of naivety in that group that's costing us at the moment. So it's my job to pick them up, and also get out and about now and get the black book out, and let's see if we can sort of give them a bit of a helping hand with 1 or 2 coming in.
League table wise, I believe we're 5th bottom now. Over the course of the 9 games so far, do you think that's an honest reflection of where we're at?
I don't normally look at league tables, at least the fireworks have come and somewhere close to Christmas. So I'd identified somewhere in the region of 13 to 15 points from the first sort of 10 games. I think we're on 9, aren't we? So we're a little bit behind where I'd like us to be. But you look at the games that we've played and how we've dealt with those games. There's a lot to be pleased with, and I can see what is wrong at the moment. I think everyone can see what's wrong with the moment, can't they, with the goals that we're conceding. So I think it's probably on par with the group we've put together, probably there and thereabouts. I think we could have definitely been a lot better than what we are, just purely on if we hadn't conceded the goals that we have. So yeah, I'd probably say it's about par, but ideally I was looking sort of for 5 or 6 points more at this stage.
And finally, it's Chelmsford in the Cup on Saturday, the start of a Cup triple header.
Yeah, it's fantastic. We need it really. We need a breather. We need to get out of this league situation at the moment because the boys are beat up from it. So it's nice to be able to let the shackles off a little bit and drop into 3 cup games, which again gives me some time to try and bring some enforcements in to give them a chuck. So yeah, we look forward to it. I think we're massive underdogs going down there, aren't we? That's the first thing to say. They're on a real good run themselves, division above. But I've said it time and time again before, I love being an underdog. So we'll go down there, we'll get them in Thursday. I'll look to try and get their smiles back on their faces, and we'll look to go and see if we can cause an upset Saturday.
And just to squeeze one more quick question in there, are you hopeful that these reinforcements can come in before Saturday?
No, there'll be nothing in play before Saturday. No. So, like I say, there's lots to talk about. I've identified 1 or 2, but there's meetings to have, 7 days is to go in and bits and pieces. So, I'm looking at the next time our bread and butter comes round, which is our league game, which I believe is Banbury. Is it Banbury? You might know. That will have sort of 1, 2, maybe 3 bodies in to just try and, as I said, it's not nothing against what our group are doing at the moment, but they need some help, especially defensively. So that's what we'll look to try and do.
Cheers, Paul.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you.